the Mayday Dog Training. I'm here with Laverne today. We're just going to play around kind of with obedience and mix in a little trick training and just kind of work her for her food. It's about dinner time, and every morning and night I end up having to work her for her food because she's a highly food motivated dog, high energy levels, and her brain is constantly thinking and working. So if I don't wear out her brain, she ends up driving me nuts the rest of the day. So I could run her on the treadmill for about an hour, get her off, and that brain is still thinking. So physical exercise does not fix a dog like this. It does not wear a dog out the way mental stimulation does. So for this dog, Laverne, she has to have mental stimulation every day and almost constant. I've taught her to chill out in her crate, but if she doesn't get enough mental stimulation mixed with physical exercise, she becomes mopey and yuppie and just doing the little whiny bit. So I try to exercise her and give her mental stimulation every day. The way I do that is treadmill work, bicycle rides where she runs beside me, and also making her work for her food. So we're just gonna get started. Yeah, all right, Laverne, free. Good girl. Here, here, sit. Good girl. Down. Good job. Sit. Yes. So I'm not gonna treat her or give her, this is just kibble. I'm not gonna give her kibble for offering any behavior I didn't ask for, and also for doing something different. Oh, down. No, pointing case. She knows that's bang. That's down. She offered bang because she thinks I'm gonna ask her that next anyway. That's where, nope, down. And I'm not rewarding her for every single time she actually does what I'm telling her to do. This is how you wean a dog down. Down. This is how you wean a dog off of if you trained it with treats. If it's not so food motivated, she really is motivated. So if your dog is not food motivated and you had to really train it with treats and like really get it lured with food, then the best way to wean your dog off of having to give it treats and carry around treats all the time is maybe in the beginning when you're training, you treat it every time it does the command properly. And then you start to reward it every other time. Then it's every 3 times. So with her, you're going to see that I'm not going to reward her every time she does exactly what I tell her to. I'm going to pick and choose every couple commands and reward her. Bang. Good bang. Good job. But if I teach her the bang command and I use it too much after a down, then as you saw previously, I haven't really worked on her in a down. Good girl. I haven't really worked on her doing the bang right after the down, but she just is guessing that I might, and so she offered that behavior, and it's not what I asked. So I just said nope, and I had her down again, or I said down, and then she did the right thing. Sit. Yes, good girl. Jump. Whee, good girl. Give her a couple kibble. Finish. No, finish. Woo, beautiful. Good job. Nope, closer. Yes, good. Close. Yes, good girl. And I failed to give her a good marker the first time she went to the finished position. Sit. Yes, stay. I failed to give her a good marker where she actually jumped into the finished position, and I didn't say yes. So she offered some more. She kept continuing to offer. She jumped a little. Sit. Sit. Nope. Sit. This is where she begins to offer commands or offer tricks. Sit. Nope. Stay. Stay. The key is just not to get overly excited or impatient with your dog. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be speaking this much during a training session. I would just be giving her commands, doing a little duration work. This is considered duration work right now. Sit, stay. Down. Good girl. And then I'm also at the same time, even though I'm talking to you guys, I'm watching her out of the corner of my eye. And when I tell her come in, I want her to immediately do it. Sit, sit. Yes, good girl. And for dogs who are overly stimulated by food, I'm just using kibble. You know, sometimes you have to use hot dogs to get a dog super excited. Up, up, up. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. So with her, I've just weaned her down to where she doesn't need treats. She doesn't need anything special. She works for her regular breakfast and her dinner. Down. Good job. Good girl. And so with her, it's really nice because you don't have to carry stinky little treats that just to motivate her to work for you. And honestly, out in the streets, you know, in the real world, I don't carry food around. I don't carry her breakfast and her dinner. If I tell her we do something, she does something. But me and Laverne have an agreement. We have a contract where, you know, she does what I tell her to. I feed her, I provide her shelter, and I keep her safe. So she trusts me, and I trust her. We're like a little team out there. So it's really nice once you have your dog trained up good enough to where she's an off-leash dog, to where when your dog's trained up good enough, where you can send it out off-leash, either in the woods or an open field, and you can call it back, and you know it's going to turn on a dime, beeline it to you, sit, look at you, and say, "What's up, boss?" That's the best reward in all of dog training and dog ownership. I feel like that's when you know your dog, and your dog knows you, and you've got it. You gotta like sync it. So off. I'm just gonna keep on doing just a little bit of work with her. Spin. Good job. Just gonna do some more little tricks and throwing a little bit of obedience in there. Yep. 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 Good. A little off-leash healing. Nice. Good girl. Sit. Yes. We don't really work with her too much on off-leash healing. It's something I do want to get more into, but precision healing, making sure she's in the exact spot she's supposed to be. Yep. Good girl. It has a lot to do with my body language too. Good girl. Good girl. Up. High. Nope. Up. Good girl. And she gets a little too excited. Yep. Good job. Yep. Good job. Stay. Yep. Good. There we go. Good job. Yep. Yes. Good. Good job. Good job. Finish. Nope. Finish. Woo. Yes. Good girl. Yes. I really like when the dog is very expressive with their finish when they come up and almost kiss you. Every dog kind of throws their own spin or style. Down. Down. Every dog throws their own spin or style to their to their finish. It's a really easy command to actually train, but it's super interesting to see how once a dog gets it, something just like clicks inside their brain, and they go from just casually going into a finish when you're in the beginning stages of finish to, oh, I know finish. They just like leap, like you saw her. I never taught her to jump up and into the position. She just offers that kind of flair to it, which is pretty cool. I like it. But in certain circumstances like obedience or competition obedience, it's not really going to fly. So, girl, no, sit, and we're right here. Sit, good girl, sit. Nope, nope, sit. And I teach an implied stay. Right there, I was just telling her to stay. So she knows that she should stay even though whether I tell her to stay or not. Alright, cut. Sit. Nope. Yes. Good girl. Right there, I'm just practicing a little focus work with her. Making sure I have nothing in my hands. Making sure that she's focusing on me and not on my hands. And also, I have kibble in both of my pockets. A lot of times, I end up washing them in the washing machine because I forget, and I go and I get ready for bed, and I have a little piece of kibble that I forgot to feed, or just didn't get it out of my pockets. But my point in saying that is that when I'm training, I like to put whatever I'm using, like her kibble and Lennon's kibble, if I'm working with Lennon, I put kibble in both my pockets on both sides, so they can't anticipate a reward based on the side of my body that I reach to give the reward out to. So I just like to have it on both sides. And I always end up making sure I wear pockets, proper pants when I'm training, so I'm able to carry out the treats and carry out little tools and stuff, whatever I might need. But anyway, we're just going to keep on working with some tricks and some obedience in the facility. We're not going to go out really today and work on long distance recalls, emergency downs, or even a down motion here. But yeah, so this is what we do in the evenings, working with Laverne. You can fit 5, 10, 15 minutes a day training your dog on the basics, even if it's not like a flashy finish or off-leash healing. Even if it's, leave it, just getting into the food bowl or food container. So even if you can only, put 5, 10, 15 minutes a day into basic obedience, like a duration stay, Laverne, up, up, up. Let's go. Down. Down. Go. Even, little short spurts of obedience training is really good for your dog. You don't have to make it a 45-minute long training session. Dogs do really well with little increments, little here's and there. So if I think I've beaten this, look at that horse, like when you're brushing your teeth, put your dog in it down. When you're done brushing your teeth, gargling, flossing, whatever you're doing, tell your dog free and they can run. Yeah. You tell your dog free, and then they can run and be loose, whatever they're doing, right? When you're putting on your socks and shoes in the morning, or picking out your clothes, put your dog in a sit. Change it up. Don't always put your dog in a down. Put your dog in a sit. Have them hold that sit for 2 or 3 minutes while you're putting your boots on, in the morning. When you're cooking dinner, practice your dog being in one particular spot. Whether you have a place for them, or you just find a rug or whatever, a square tile, and put them in a down. Just make sure they don't get up from the down. And your dog should be able to hold that spot, that place, that stay throughout your whole dinner, or when you're cooking dinner. You have to be kind of creative, and you really have to be able to multitask, cooking or brushing your teeth while making sure your dog's not getting up. But it is possible, and it really does pay off in the long run. So, that's what dog trainers do. We have to fit in working our own dogs and in between working clients' dogs. So just because dog trainers, we're trained in doing this, doesn't mean we have all the time in the world to train our own dogs. We do have to fit it in where we can for our own personal dogs. But once again, this is Mayday Dog Training. My name's Cass, and you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, we're on Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. There you go. And YouTube. And we put daily content up on our Facebook page and most of our social media. And you can find us also at MaydayDogTraining.com. We're located in Austin, Texas, and we deal with basic obedience, off-leash obedience, minor to extreme behavioral modification, and we also work with clients on leash walking skills, because that's something clients seem to struggle with the most, is just walking the dogs on a leash and making sure the dogs don't get nasty on the leash, reactive to other dogs and people and their environment. So look us up on the web, and I'll catch you next time.